Kathy Larson, the Recycling Development Coordinator, will appear before the City Council, talk about the company Bay State Textiles and how they recycle. They recently introduced a way to recycle and support our Malden Public Schools.
Councilor DeMaria has invited Ms. Larson, welcome, to join us this evening, so we will let Councilor DeMaria do the introductions.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, fellow councilors, for allowing this great company to come in front of us and speak to us about what is actually going on in Malden for the second year. Bay State Textiles has partnered with our schools through navigating through our district-wide PTO to offer an opportunity where recycling and funding back to the schools, everyone can benefit. So at this point, it's my privilege to introduce Catherine Larson to talk on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie and Council, for having me here tonight. Again, my name's Catherine Larson. I'm the Recycling Development Coordinator with Bay State Textiles. And I worked with the Malden PTOs and the prior Superintendent, Dr. DeRusi, to partner in an ongoing collection of unwanted textiles. Just give a brief overview. The Mass DEP has really brought textile recycling to the forefront and the problem of unwanted textiles. In Massachusetts alone, there's 520 million pounds that end up in our waste stream, of which 95% can be recycled. So I'm talking about clothing, shoes, pocketbooks, household linen, stuffed animals, anything with a fabric base. We accept items in any condition, as long as they're not wet or contaminated with hazardous material. So basically the good, the bad, the ugly. We want to change that message, you know, that your holey socks, your ripped jeans, your faded curtains, it's all too good for the trash. So we placed a donation box outside of each school in the district. I'm not sure if you can really see this, but if you're familiar with the schools, it's a white 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 foot box. It's cross-branded for the Malden schools. We service that box weekly, and we weigh the product, and then monthly we send a rebate check to the individual PTOs at that school. So again, the focus of our program is to spread awareness to the problem, educate on acceptable items, generate revenue for the PTOs, of which since August of 2016, they've collected over 125,000 pounds of textiles, generating over $6,200 for the PTOs.
Isn't that great?
So we really appreciate the opportunity to service the Malden school community. We also, you know, there's plenty of textiles out there, and so that's probably just a small percentage of the amount of textiles in Malden. It's really hard to believe, but the average person discards 81 pounds of unwanted textiles a year. So if you put that with the population of Malden, we're talking over 2,400 tons. You know, and we pay $100 a ton for these unwanted textiles. You'll never collect all of that, but that's just to show how much is out there. So, you know, help to spread awareness to this program. It benefits the schools. Bonnie Littlejohn's here from the PTO to share on the PTO's appreciation. She has flyers here, and you know, this money goes back for enrichment programs for the school community. So thank you very much for having me here tonight. Any questions?
So can I just?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure, you can pass them up, yeah. I just want to say that I think that it's just, when I met you, Catherine, at the citywide PTO meeting last month, I was just so impressed. And I think it's just a collaboration with our residents and our schools and how we can all help each other. I think that's so important. So it's not that you have to have school-age children. I think the boxes are surveillance camera. Is that something that we keep an eye on?
We try to place them in a convenient location for the community, a safe location.
Yep.
You know, and I'm fortunate. I work with a great team of co-workers, the great guys that are out on the road servicing these boxes. And you know, if any residents have any questions, problems, they can go on baystatetextiles.com. All my contact information is on there. And you know, I like to say it's a feel-good program, because you might have the family that, you know, they can't buy the Yankee Candle from the PTO or something like that, but they can feel good about going to the box and putting in their unwanted textiles, so.
Thank you very much, and you're local as well.
We're
So-
based out of Pembroke on the South
Yep,
Shore.
South
Yeah.
Shore. So thank you for coming in front of us tonight.
And I think Bonnie just wants to make it.
Well, personally, I'm from the PTO in BB School, and we have made, since last August, BB specifically has made $1,515. But we have two boxes at our school. It's right on Route 60. I think we have a good location, but all the schools do have it, so you can just look. Even the ELC, the high school, not just the K through 8 schools. But I would say, I just got a check today for $126 for the PTO. So every month we get the check. And I do want to mention that sometimes you see overflow, like in the supermarket, parking lots and all that. They pick up every week. I've seen it. Once last year, we had bags outside. The bins were full. And Catherine always said, get a hold of her. I did, and within the next day, the truck was around to pick it up. So they don't want, they definitely do pick up every week, and they definitely don't want the overflow going out of the bins. So it's been great working with Catherine. They are out of Pembroke, right? Correct. Right, and they always have the truck around. So it's just been really, really an easy way to make money for the PTOs. So they are at all the schools, ELC, high school, and all 5 K through 8s.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you both.
We do have some lights.
Oh, good.
A light. Councilor Murphy.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you both for coming in. And I know sometimes this sounds like you've said it, but I just want to make sure that the public knows that we're saying these are at the schools, but it's not just for the school population, that it can be a community event so that anybody in the city who has extra textiles is welcome to come to a school location and deposit their extra material or clothing at those bins. Correct?
They're
Yes.
placed for 24/7 access, 365 days a year, to make it convenient for the community.
Okay, I'm not sure how, you weren't close to the microphone, so it's 24/7 access, 375 days a year, and it's open to the entire community. That's great. Thank you so much. And I know the PTO and all the children, can really use the funds to help with their program. So it's a wonderful effort, and I'm so glad you're here with us in Malden. Thank you.
Well, coming here tonight, we were hoping that, you can also spread the word.
Sure.
There's the flyers. I mean, I have more, she sends me all the flyers and stuff, so I could always send them out.
I'm sure Lisa could pass them.
So that's why we're coming here, so the community can get more involved. It's not just the school
schools.
community, it's for
Yeah.
the citywide.
Thank you.
And to make the residents aware, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, and you can put your nice Aeropostale jacket in with your old pair of socks. They can commingle,
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Anderson.
Well, thank you, Madam President. I think this is a wonderful idea that we have here. I'm so pleased that the sponsor of having you here allowed you to come before us and make this presentation. This seems like such a simple win-win for everyone. The idea of being able to raise money for the PTOs is a wonderful idea. So much better, I believe, than trying to sell those chocolate candy bars and giving more work to the local dentists for that. But this is such a wonderful idea. Thank you for what you're doing, and keep up the good work. And we'll certainly try to spread the word and support your effort. Thank you.
I just had a question. So besides the flyers, what is your outreach, beyond the school? Because I think I'm not sure if it's on the city website or if people knew actually where the money went. So that 4th grade class at Ferryway is going to, and it's due in part because of this. I think that kind of generates some of that, where the money is going and what they're doing. Yeah.
I know in the beginning of the year, the Advocate I think it was the Advocate that had an article. They interviewed Catherine. They had me say a few words. So I know it was in the newspaper. Maybe we can get it out again.
Some
I don't
social
know.
media.
Social media.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put it on the school website. I'll have to ask about that.
Right. So just, the wider reach, if you see the boxes and now you know exactly what's going in there, not just, you're donating, but you're donating for, a real reason and to support the local PTOs, I think, you might get people put more in there. So, but thank you very much for coming. It's a great project.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thanks.
us.